Good morning. It's Sunday morning, y'all. It's a happy Easter, right? She is always setting such a good example. I'm presenting you the Queen of America, Dolly Parton.
Well, happy Easter, everybody. A little different this year, huh? I know everybody loves to get all dressed up in their beautiful dresses, their hats, their fancy shoes, go to church, be with all your friends, and that's all wonderful. We all love doing that every year, and the kids all love getting out, hiding Easter eggs and all that with their friends. Well, this year we're going to kind of stay around the house a little bit, right? But that doesn't mean we can't worship in the same way that we should, because we don't have to go to a building, to a church, to worship God. The kingdom of heaven is within. And so let's just do that this year. There'll always be pretty dresses and hats and shoes. But somebody said the other day, oh, we've had a rough week. And just think about the rough week that Jesus had. And look how well that turned out for us. I'm going to sing about that. This is a song I've been singing for years. People love it. I usually do it with a choir. Obviously, I don't have elbow room for the choir this year, so when I get to the end part, if you want to sing along with me, feel free. I'm going to simplify it a little bit. It's a song from disciple Peter's point of view, the one that loved Jesus so good and denied him. Anyhow, I think you'll get a blessing out of this, and I know I'm going to get a blessing out of singing it. So it's called He's Alive. The gates and doors were barred and all the windows fastened down. I spent the night in sleeplessness, rose at every sound, half in hopeless sorrow, half in fear the day would find the soldiers breaking through to drag us all away. Then just before the sunrise, I heard something at the wall. The gate began to rattle and a voice began to call. I hurried to the window, I looked down into the street, expecting swords and torches and the sound of soldiers' feet. There was no one there but Mary, so I went down to let her in. John stood there beside me and she told me where she'd been. She said they moved him in the night and none of us knows where. The stone's been rolled away and now his body isn't there. So we both ran toward the garden and John ran on ahead. We found the stone and empty tomb just the way that Mary said. But the winding sheet that wrapped him in was just an empty shell. And how or where they'd taken him was more than I could tell. Oh, but something strange had happened there, just what I did not know. John believed a miracle, but I just turned to go. Circumstance and speculation couldn't lift me very high, 'cause I'd seen them crucify him, then I saw him die. Back inside the house again, the guilt and anguish came. Everything I'd promised him just added to my shame. When at last it came to choices, I denied I knew his name. And even if he was alive, it wouldn't be the same. Then suddenly the air was filled with a strange and sweet perfume. Light that came from everywhere drove shadows from the room. Then Jesus stood before me with his arms held open wide. And I fell down on my knees and I just clung to him and cried. Then he raised me to my feet as I looked into his eyes. The love was shining out from him like sunlight from the skies. Guilt and my confusion disappeared in sweet release. and every fear I'd ever had just melted into